FuzzBall, the channel for games, guides, and glitches. Sunfall here with a guide for FuzzBall. So the first thing we want to do is party mode. You want 200 points. So you'll need to set the timer to 10 minutes in order to have enough time for that. I picked Daisy, but I don't really think it matters. I just have a preference for her. So we want to pick the table level, so with Y to jump and then hit the burger button to start it. So the controls are pretty much Y to jump, B to dash, Y and A to slam down, and hold in A to do a charged attack like so. Charged attacks are no good, as you can see, and right now we have to beat Theodore. Theodore's not that difficult. Thankfully you don't fail if you fall off like so. You basically just have to wait for him to fall down on the table, and hopefully you're not off the table by that time. And then hit his nose. And that defeats Theodore. So for tug of war, we have to push the, in this case Bunny, so Jack, into the spot here. You do have a time limit, and they do fight back, so it's good to use B to try and slam them in. Every time one of them shows up, you want to knock them off unless you see what the objective is beforehand. Like for example soccer, so I kept this guy alive so that I can knock him into the soccer zone, because that's how you do soccer. But otherwise I'm knocking them off because every one I knock off gets me an extra point. And since we need 201 points, the achievement says 200, but you actually need 201 for the achievement to unlock. If you get 200 exactly, it won't unlock. I know that because of a friend of mine who unfortunately got 200 exactly and had to redo this. So I thought I'd add this little warning. 201 points is what we're aiming for. As you can see, big mode was pretty easy. You're just big, so you just keep knocking things off. You get no points for it though, sadly. High damage is my least favorite because even after it's finished, the game designer didn't take away high damage, so you remain in high damage. You also get no points for winning against it, just the killing, so it's another wasted time. And as you can see, I'm still in high damage. Really annoying. So for race, we have points that we have to get to, so the first, then the second, and you gotta race over to the third, knock him off, and then the fourth, and that finishes race. So with bodyguard, as long as you don't touch them, it's actually really easy. But I'll show you what happens when you touch them, because I'm gonna knock this guy, and I can control him now that I'm lit him up, and basically it's really finicky to try and keep him centered while keeping me close to not falling off. If you don't touch him at all, you'll still pass it as long as you protect him, and you won't have to worry about controlling him. So with capture, we've got to do the same thing as tug of war, just push the thing into the marker. It's pretty simple. So coin rush is pretty simple, and even though it's on a time limit, once you collect all the coins, it does end the mode, so it's not really a coin rush mode. Coin rush would continue dropping coins. Again, keep focusing on knocking them out unless you see what it is. So King of the Hill, this is an interesting one. If you just jump like so, it doesn't matter what side. If I'm on the left side, even if I'm jumping on him, on the right side, you have to dash. Jump and dash with B. Once the flag is marked red, we don't need to do anything else. So with dodge, Dodge is just basically the same as any others except for these red bars we have to avoid. I'm not really a fan of dodge. I think it goes for too long. So this one you just have to pick a bonus. You just pick anything really, it doesn't matter. Not that I've found. Smash, you have to destroy this object. It's a pretty quick and easy one, you just keep hitting B to ram into it. As you can see, Tiny is just like big, really. Well, Survive, I should say. It's just like big. These ones, you gotta spell the word, so I've gotta spell pie as cat. And if you hit something else accidentally, like to jump, for example, like so, he will just continuously jump. The best thing to do is hit clear. This doesn't stop him from jumping until he ran out, so but it clears my thing so I could respell it in time. And once you spell whatever it is you have to spell, if you get bird or whatever, it'll change you to that animal. So this is avoid the lasers. Avoid the lasers is not too hard, you just gotta use Y to jump over them. And the good thing is sometimes the enemy will spawn on the lasers, so you get a free kill. As you can see right here, free kill, and it gave me a point. So when there's two lasers here, the trick I found is to be in the middle, jump the top one, wait for the bottom one, and then jump back to the middle. We will get that dodge one again so I can show it off properly. So this one's knock out two enemies, so you want to knock out the first one, and then you gotta wait till another one spawns, and once it does, you just have to knock it out. That's why I said sometimes you want to know what the objective is, and if it is something that you need one of these guys for, you keep them. So with climb, you want to be underneath. It's easier to climb. Most people would aim for these squares, but you can actually go through them, so being underneath them works more in your favor. So with overcrowded, it just is a lot of enemies, and you want to just try and balance yourself to not knock yourself out while trying to knock out as many as you can so you can jump up in points. It's a good one for points as long as you can maintain yourself. You don't want to knock yourself out by accident, because on top of the 5 coins we get for this, we also get the extra points. You see, as I'm at 149 now thanks to that. So again, tug of war, a nice easy one, but with Tess it's really difficult for some reason. Just did not want to go in. I was having the AI annoy me, but I got Tess in eventually. So this is what I was talking about where you go small. It's just like big and survive. You just gotta be in the center and take them out. But the annoying thing again is you get no coins for it, just whoever you kill. So with some of these, if you choose to just fall off it, so it resets another one, I wouldn't blame you. So again, we get race. Race is a nice easy one. I like race. You can use B to dash, just be careful not to fall off the edge. So now we got coin rush. So we just have to grab all the coins. It has a nice time limit, thankfully. Oh, here we go. This is the re-attempt of dodge, so I can show you it properly. You just have to avoid these lasers. Well, not even lasers, they're actually AI things. You can jump over them too, which I will show in a sec. Right here. See? If you time it just right, you can jump over them. Once you beat that, you get 5 coins as well. And we've got a minute and 20 seconds left to get 3 coins, and thankfully we got an easy one with race. And that puts us at 202, so we're guaranteed the achievement. But I will continue to see how many points I can get, and if I get any other mini games that I can show you. I do like survive because at least you get some coins for it, and it's quick. So I almost knocked him off, and then I did knock him off, and I was like, damn it, now I gotta wait for the thing so I can do the sucker. But this is what I was talking about, it said sucker, so I should have waited. So again, we got dodge. You can knock the AI as you see, and you can jump over them if you time it right. It's another long one, so I wouldn't blame you if you reset this one. And like, I got him off, but it didn't count. So technically it got 230, but they only gave me 229. But that's for finishing with 200 points, technically 201, because like I said, you can't get the achievement unless you have over 200. So now we have to unlock insane difficulty. So to do that, we need to select the settings, which is that little gear. Upon that, we need to go down to the credits. And now we have to kill every character. You can slam with Y and A, but what I recommend doing for this is every time there's one to use B, just to knock them off as soon as they come onto the screen. And there's only certain points where we use Y and A. You want to remain in the middle, so that way you have good line of sight. When it switches to this, you want to use Y and A because you only have a short amount of time, same with these two. This guy you can just knock off with B, and then Y and A to knock off all four. Stay in the position that I'm in, and keep timing it so that when they land, you do the move. And so by the time they've wheeled to you, they will be in proximity of it, and you can just knock them out. Again, with the ones, you want to use B. Make sure to go back into position, and then Y and A, and then for the 3, do the same thing. Then with this guy, knock him out. Try and hit Theodore's nose and miss, and then hit the last one off. And that will unlock insane difficulty for you. Now we have to follow a set of steps to unlock a secret boss fight. So we want to go into the versus mode, and we want to pick the Y option so that we can edit the settings. So we want the CPU level on insane, and we want the lives to 3. I picked Tess because I feel more confident with Tess, and we'll be versing Wilfred there. So add Wilfred with the X, and then push the burger button when you're ready. We want to pick the block level, so hit the burger button when you're on it. So I'll show you if you're losing, it doesn't hurt you at all if you restart, and if you fail and restart, it doesn't hurt either. There's no punishment for that, so you can try as much as you want. With Wilfred, the trick I found, not to jump off the map like I just did, but mainly to focus on trying to stay in the center. As long as I was more towards the center, he had a harder time knocking me out. If you see him glitch out like that, you've done the first step right. If he's not glitching out, you haven't done the first step right, which is unlocking insane difficulty. Or maybe you're on the wrong level. But with him being defeated like so, you will also unlock the achievement, Wilfred's Challenge, for beating him in a 1v1 on very hard difficulty. And at the same time, because we're starting to get this hidden boss fight, you'll get Something's Not Right. So that's 2 achievements for beating him, which is nice. So now we're on to the next one, and again we have to go to versus mode. We want 3 lives still on Insane. So you pick your person that you like, and we'll be versing the cat, Lola. So add her with the CPU with X, and then hit the burger button to ready up, and we will be going to the bath level, which is this level here. Now I do have a semi-trick, but Lola is still really difficult. It took me a lot of attempts on Lola because of how difficult it is, but the trick that I find a little bit easier is to jump onto the sponges. She has a little bit more trouble then, and if you can time it just right, you'll die with her, but she'll die first. On this sponge I jumped on, I just got lucky because it actually raised up, which doesn't happen often, but this is the whole reason I say the sponges. While she's lunging at you, she can't jump back if she goes into the water. And this will get you for the hard challenge for beating Lola as well. This is saving you a lot of time because we're not having to do the hard mode at all. So now we want to go to versus mode again, and we want to pick Tess, the bird. We want to change the lives to 4. And I've got a really simple method for versing Tess here. So pick your favorite and then add Tess as a CPU and hit the burger button when you're ready. And we'll be going to the oven, which is over here. So pick the burger button when you're on the level. And there's a spot, the glitch spot in this level, that stops the AI from attacking you, and it can make Tessa's fight a lot easier, especially considering she has 4 lives. So if you go to this corner here, as you can see, the AI doesn't know what to do, which we can use to our advantage. If we wait for the hot plate, since she's in a perfect position, we can get a free kill, and then we can go back to that position. You could keep doing that, but I'm impatient. So I start fighting her, trying to get her to the other one, which doesn't work, and as you can see, she quickly got me into high damage. But as long as I stay on that, I'm fine, but she unfortunately pushed me over to the left. But again, I just focused on getting back to that spot, and I would attack and then go back to that spot. That way I can put her in high damage. As long as you keep dodging back to that spot, it gives you a little bit of time. And just like that, because she had high damage, I was able to knock her out like they do to us. You can also get her into that bigger hot plate like so. Unfortunately, the bigger hot plate wasn't active then. Would have been nice. I'm trying to get her into the little hot plate, but she's not playing ball, and it keeps turning off on me. The spot isn't perfect, so occasionally stuff like that will happen where she gets you, but it's still better than not having a spot to protect yourself. And just like that, we beat Tess. And we also get the hard achievement for beating Tess's challenge. So that's really nice. So now we want to go into versus mode again. We have to do this a few times. We want to push Y. And we actually have to be Tess this time. So to not be confusing, I'll be picking a different character, which does confuse me. So, Daisy, sorry. We have to be Daisy. I was thinking the dog, but I decided against the dog. I'm gonna be Wilfred. And we want to hit the burger button when we're ready. And we want to head to the toilet level. The toilet level is one of the easier ones, although because I am versing Daisy and I'm used to being Daisy, it does confuse me a little bit. At the beginning of the match I thought I was Daisy, but thankfully still worked in my favour. So I'm Wilfred the cow at the bottom. Basically you want to keep hitting B while sticking to the 2 bottles, and this will hopefully knock Daisy into the toilet bowl. Because Daisy will come to attack you, but as long as you stay in this vicinity you should be good. You might even get lucky and get a good hit that knocks her clean off, like so. But this will get you the achievement Daisy's challenge as well, as beating the next step in getting this boss. So now we want the bunny, Jack, and I will say this, Jack's level sucks. We have 2 lives for Jack's. I really wish they just made it 1, because then you could have just got lucky and it wouldn't have mattered. But it's the level, not so much Jack himself, that sucks. I absolutely hate this level. It is the freezer, and if you touch these sides at all, you will be killed almost immediately, guaranteed by Jack, who, even if he's at the other side of the room, will come beelining for you. But he unfreezes himself within seconds. As I will show here, I froze, he destroyed me. And just like that, the match is over. So you can hit play again every time that happens, and you'll be here for a while. But I do have a slight trick. It's not guaranteed, but it will help you a little bit. It slows Jack down. So if we stay in the vicinity of this spot here, Jack is a little bit slower to respond. And we can take advantage of that to a degree, but it's still a very precarious and dangerous position to have ourselves in. But he's a lot more... It gives us a lot more chance to respond. Once you beat Jack, super congratulations on that, seriously. Jack is the worst. It's that level. If it had been 1 life, it wouldn't have been so bad, but the 2 lives is what makes it so brutal. Because we could have got an accidental lucky kill. So the next one we want to pick is versus mode, 2 lives again. Insane difficulty as we've been doing. And we want to pick your favorite and bought. And then hit the burger button. So the level we'll be picking is the bedroom, which is this one up here. So you want to hit the burger button when you have, and I actually have a trick for this, like I have for a couple levels. It's not guaranteed to get you a win, but it makes it easy. So if you start like this, restart immediately. Does not work in our favor. We want to start like this. That pencil that drops, we want to knock it down. Every time I did this, it worked, and then you want to go to the edge of this table. Now, I tried knocking down again, but it didn't work, because he was too slow to load in. But the trick is, when he goes over like so, go to this side, and sometimes he'll fall off. Like I said, the second one's not guaranteed, the first one does work though. I was able to repeat that one, but the second one was iffy. And that'll get your bot beaten. With as little stress as I can try and manage for you, because I imagine you're still probably stressed from versing Jack in this stupid freezer level. So now we want to go to the versus tutorial, and you're gonna hate me. We have to put it on 10 lives. And we have to pick our favorite, and then board again as the CP, and hit the burger button to start. And then we have to go to this white table level here, and push the burger button to begin. But you're also gonna love me. Because as soon as we load up, if you've done everything and followed all my steps, this will happen. And we get put back at the main menu, so we don't actually have to do the 10 lives. That's why I said you'd love me. Even though you hated me at first for telling you 10 lives. So for now we want to go to the tutorial, the versus tutorial. And you want to keep rolling off the map. I'm not going to fast forward this, I'm just going to keep it as is, just so you can follow along if you are. But I have kept in one of my restarts, just because I wanted to show you if you fail a mission or if you restart, it doesn't affect anything. If anything, I actually think it helps a bit. If you fail enough, I found that it got easier, so restarting it a few times might actually help you win a little bit better. So I would suggest, if you're having difficulty beating him, to do the setup, get into the fight, then lose or restart. I don't think it really cares, and after a certain amount of time you'll notice he gets a little bit easier. The reason I'm not dashing is because that's what the objective wants us to do, and that's why I'm just walking off now that we got this part and it's glitching out. You can see that we're succeeding in pulling off the last step on getting this hidden boss fight. And now that it's finally letting us, we can go over to the rug here. And this will begin the boss fight. And so, basically you gotta dodge his attacks and stuff, and while trying to hit him, and while dodging all the stuff that the AI likes to throw at you. And so say you get sick of dying. For now, I'll go off the edge, like so, and you want to restart. This is what will happen, you'll load up on the table like so. Sometimes it's a new character, and then you just fall off and then go back onto the rug like so. Even if you fail and you're at the menu, you just restart with that one as well. So you'll notice the difference. This is a fair few restarts because I was getting unlucky with that blue foam spray. That is the most annoying attack, and I also had another one that was really annoying that's like a laser. The laser one this one takes away your view from the bottom, so it makes it really hard. And as you can see, he's not giving me too much trouble. This, like I said, this was a few restarts, so I would recommend, if you're having a bit of trouble, to restart it and maybe he'll get a bit easier for you. Because I did notice that. What I'm doing right now, if you notice, is I'm avoiding all the A prompt attacks they're doing, because the A prompts do more damage. This is the laser attack I was talking about. As you can see, it takes away the view of the right, and if you get into it, you get thrown off immediately. But you just want to focus on using B. He teleports, so it's very important not to try and go for a kill. Because while you're going for that kill, you could end up throwing yourself off. I tended to stay in the sort of middle area, but once you beat him, you'll get this achievement, 3 question marks. And that is the last achievement of the game. Congratulations. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope this has been helpful.